A special message from Q to Edward Snowden and all those supporting him. Don't drop the soap. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome back to Just Informed Talk. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. First, I want to thank all my subscribers as I do every single episode. You guys are truly what make this channel possible. And without you, it would not be nearly what it is. Thank you to everybody in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, come to this landing page. Go ahead and click the big red button, hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you get this information. As soon as it becomes available to me, I make it available to you, and that's the beauty of this channel. So let's get right into today's story and topics. Now, this is where we left off yesterday. This was posted late last night. And I got it up as soon as it came up, and I stayed up as late as I could to see if there's any more drops, and this is where it ended. But we can reread it. It says, when we're done, he'll claim Kenyan citizenship as a way to escape. Q. And then it says, when I'm done, it'll be like you were never even here. So right there, you have Q just dropping this huge bombshell on Hussein and others who obviously were working against us. But now this video goes into some really crazy stuff that we're going to talk about Edward Snowden. Now, first we're going to talk about this post here on the right. Now it says, every user on Twitter will soon be able to apply for a coveted blue tick verification mark. The company's CEO Jack Dorsey said in a live stream on Thursday. Using Periscope from the firm's San Francisco headquarters, Twitter executives revealed the process was being reworked from the ground up. They said the current system creates confusion and can imply credibility, but stressed that it will still be important to let users have a way to evaluate if profiles are legitimate. So what it's referring to, it gives a link to this article here where it's just going through what that kind of said. I'm talking about this guy right here, Mr. Jack Dorsey of Twitter, who is basically, you know, the article goes in all this stuff talking about how it was all the alt-right people who got blue check marks got this instant credibility, and it was seen as an endorsement from Twitter, when in reality it was just for people who had X amount of followers. And it says right here, quote, verification has long been perceived as an endorsement. We gave verified accounts visual prominence on the service, which deepened this perception. We should have addressed this earlier, but did not prioritize the work as we should have. The perception going on, it says this perception became worse when we opened up verification for public submissions and verified people who we in no way endorse. We're working on a new authentication and verification program. In the meantime, we're not accepting any public submissions for verification and have introduced new guidelines. So you see right here what they're doing, because of the fact that they want to control and censor everything. They are going to do what they have to do to get that information back to us. So let's read what it says here. It says, hidden message at Jack. President of the United States, delete, install, coded message, accept, by Linda Rothschild, HRC, others, allowing at Snowden access, censorship tracking, plus sharing groups, C-9, all, plus trace upload that tone recognizes other devices with active geolocating, I would think that means, all signal devices, don't drop the soap, Q. So these people, criminals, what did they do? At Jack, working with Linda Rothschild and Hillary Rodham Clinton, allowed Edward Snowden to track and trace the president's Twitter account and his, hypothetically, his geolocating devices, all the stuff that Twitter can access through your phone. They were using almost as the platform was a backdoor to tracking the president of the United States, which that is so illegal, in my opinion, that you can't even get over the fact that this is happening. I mean, I can't. This is just every time I read another one of these posts, they cause me to be infuriated by the fact that there are so many crimes that are being committed. But thankfully, thank God that we have somebody in office who's actually putting a stop to it. But is this not crazy? I mean, you guys let me know what you think in the comments, because I think that's insane. Now, here's Q, an ANON. Q, he says, Q, are we going to have more freedom of speech on private public speech services or not? Please answer this question. Q replies, 100%. Regulated. Some platforms will collapse under own weight of illegal activities. Q. That's referring back to this, I believe. And he's saying 100% you will be able to have freedom of speech on private public speech services. They will be regulated differently than they are now. They're working on that. It says that, and then here, I mean, you can see it. That's self-explanatory. Twitter, I think, is one of the ones that may end up collapsing under weight of its own or own weight of illegal activities, even though Twitter will be either replaced by something similar or it will be just restructured, and the company will, have to have people step down. You'll see Jack Dorsey step down. You'll see people get indicted. I think this is going to be one of the next biggest stories to hit the platform as far as we have here, and the information just gets better and more in depth. So let's just keep going. Now Q here is responding to his own comment, and he says, track inside sales / divestitures. They know. Watch the sell-off liquidity events. Q. Oh wow. So I mean, they already know that Jack Dorsey working with Linda Rothschild, HRC, and others, probably Hussein and the cabal, authorized Edward Snowden and authorized him to work against the President of the United States. And who is Eric Snowden really working for? I've been saying this for the last few videos. He is working for the Chinese. I am of the opinion that he never left. If he did leave China, it was for a short time, and then also he was working with primarily the Chinese government as a way that the HRC and Obama, Hussein, his regime and their regime together, they sold him. He was sold to the highest bidder. Okay, he doesn't have any special abilities other than he has knowledge in programming, and he has a deep understanding of all of our most intimate intelligence operational programs. And what would that be of value to a foreign actor? Well, I don't know. You guys put that together for yourself. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory to me that if the foundations of all these people, i.e., HRC and the Kane Institute and all these different high-ups who made money off of this, they sold us down the river. And I can't stress that enough in these videos. But I want you to think critically for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments. Now, next post. Think, why would @Snowden go public while in Hong Kong prior to traveling to so-called final destination? Okay? These people are stupid. Q. I don't think that his final destination was ever going to be Russia. I think it was always China. He stayed in China. He worked for China. He was a Chinese trader, agent for the Chinese. He's working for the Chinese. I'm not going to stop stressing this. You guys, let me know what you think in the comments, because I always look forward to hear what you have to say. I spent hours and hours and hours reading through all of your. I spend hours and hours and hours reading through all your comments. I appreciate it, and thank you all in advance for your thoughts and contributions. Now, here are the last two posts, and it says, true, but then, and this is an ANON posting, it says, true, but then why Snowden? Doesn't make sense. If they gave him the tool, Snowden isn't of value to the NSA other than a trophy. The tech lives outside of him, and Q claims that they own CIA at this point, making assumptions. This is unfolding as if Snowden has something that no one else has access to. Snowden has fame for taking files and exposing, not of someone that developed technology that no one else has, something not adding up. And it says, which country does he really work for? Expand your thinking, Q. And that's exactly what I'm getting at here. Okay, let me take a moment, take a breath, calm down, and I'm going to tell you this clearly and succinctly what I believe happened. But before I do that, I'm going to read the last post here. It says, look at his family. Look at their positions. Why are we giving him this much attention? Why are we providing this much sensitive detail in a public known forum? Everything has meaning. Well, okay, let's try to take a second and breathe, and I'll walk you through a lot of this. Now, first, this right here, I'm going to put a link to this in the comments. One of the commenters has been posting this for a while now, and I've read it before, but I think it's worth sharing with everyone else. This is the review of the unauthorized disclosures of former National Security Agency contractor Edward Snowden, and this is a formerly top secret document that was unclassified, deemed and given to the public as a part of a FOIA request from a little while ago. Now, what this goes through here is, you guys can read this. I'm going to put the link in, and I want you to really read through this. But it kind of gives this whole, it gives you these few parts here, and we'll read the bold because I think they kind of underline a lot of what I'm trying to get at here. It says, first, Snowden caused tremendous damage to national security, and the vast majority of the documents he stole have nothing to do with the programs impacting individual privacy interests. They instead pertain to military, defense, and intelligence programs of great interest to America's adversaries. Okay, that's one thing. Second, Snowden was not a whistleblower, and I'm going to read through this because this is really important to understand. Okay, it says, under the law, publicly revealing classified information does not qualify someone as a whistleblower. However, disclosing classified information that shows fraud, waste, abuse, or other illegal activity to the appropriate law enforcement or oversight personnel, including to Congress, does make someone a whistleblower and affords them with critical protections. Contrary to his public claims that he notified numerous NSA officials about what he believed to be illegal intelligence collection, the committee found no evidence that Snowden took any official effort to express concerns about U.S. intelligence activities, legal, moral, or otherwise, to any oversight officials within the U.S. government, despite numerous avenues for him to do so. Snowden was aware of these avenues. His only attempt to contact an NSA attorney revolved around a question about the legal precedence of executive orders. And his only contact to the Central Intelligence Agency, Inspector General, revolved around his disagreements with the managers about training and retention of information technology specialists. This is super important, okay? This is what I got into a little bit in the last episode, I believe. He is not a whistleblower, okay? He is a traitor. So for all you out there who keep commenting, I think he's a white hat, I think he's a white hat. Well, I can't say definitively yes or no. But I'm laying out the case that I know and what I believe to be the truth, and I think you guys need to take a look at this. As I said, I'm going to put a link to this in the comments in the description, so you guys come check it out for yourself. Now, third thing, it says 2 weeks before Snowden began mass downloads of classified documents, he was reprimanded after engaging in a workplace spat with NSA managers. Now, we'll read through this. It says, Snowden was repeatedly counseled by his managers regarding his behavior at work. For example, in June 2012, Snowden became involved in a fiery email argument with a supervisor about how computer updates should be managed. Snowden added an NSA senior executive several levels above the supervisor to the email thread, an action that earned him a swift reprimand from his contracting officer for failing to follow the proper protocol for raising grievances through the chain of command. 2 weeks later, Snowden began his mass downloads of classified information from NSA networks. Despite Snowden's later claim that the March 2013 congressional testimony of Director of National Intelligence James Clapper was a breaking point for him, these mass downloads predated Director Clapper's testimony by 8 months. Okay, so there are so many holes in his story that are being pointed out here in this document. I want you guys to come read it for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments. We'll get into the fourth one here. Fourth, Snowden was and remains a serial exaggerator and fabricator. It says a close review of Snowden's official employment records and submissions reveals a pattern of intentional lying. He claimed to have left Army basic training because of broken legs, when in fact he was washed out because of his shin splints. He claimed to have obtained a high school degree equivalent when in fact he never did. He claimed to have worked for the CIA as a senior advisor, which was a gross exaggeration of his entry-level duties as a computer technician. He also doctored his performance evaluations and obtained new positions at NSA by exaggerating his resume and stealing the answers to an employment test. In May 2013, Snowden informed his supervisor that he would be out of the office to receive treatment for worsening epilepsy. In reality, he was on his way to Hong Kong with stolen secrets, where he stayed in Hong Kong with stolen secrets. Now, finally, the committee remains concerned that more than 3 years after the start of the unauthorized disclosures, NSA and the intelligence community as a whole have not done enough to minimize the risk of another massive attack. So that's something that they need to take care of. Now, you can go through this. This is a pretty long document. It's, about 38 pages. Which is not too long. If you want to read through it in its entirety, it's kind of a fascinating read. I encourage you all to check it out. But that is what we're getting at here with Snowden. Okay, so think critically. Okay, think about what all of this is implying. Think about why they're putting this, like you said, on a known forum in public. Look at his family. His father was Lonnie Snowden, who was in the Coast Guard, I believe. Easily a cover for a clown or some kind of intelligence position officer. Look at their positions. And I'm going to depend on you. I've already gone through this in another video, but briefly. But I've heard in the comments so many great things, and I had trouble finding information on his family and these people because they're ghosts on the internet for the most part. So if you guys want to help me out in the comments and let me know what you think and what you can find, that would be great. But this is the biggest story of the century. Now, we'll look at the Q map here, and I just think it's always good to reference the Q map for what we need. And, you see this symbol here, and what does that remind you of? The symbol that was posted on the Q board. And craft, what is craft? Okay, so here's Snowden right here, the 2013 leak. And it's all seems to be related to the private military corporations and craft, and the NSA spy grid and the Utah data center and mass surveillance. And a lot of these, you see all of these shootings here. You have the Pulse nightclub, the Bataclan bloodbath, and then Sandy Hook. And you have all of these different things. Now, I don't know how they're all related, but they're all grouped in the same area. Okay, and what does that tell you? I don't know. I'm not going to get into this yet. That's for another video altogether. Now, let's look at what this Craft is. And Craft, their website doesn't really work anymore, but it's called Craft International. And their news site, TacFlow, it says the TacFlow Academy team believes it is our duty to help cultivate the next generation of protectors. We have built a team of subject matter experts and progressive course developers who have dedicated their mission, proven expertise to problem solving and preparing current and future men and women on the front lines for the threats they face in the world today. We work to inspire, challenge, and motivate every student who comes through our program. Now, what the heck does that mean? Okay, because they're not the Army. They're not the military. They've been around since 2009, maybe before that with their other Crafts International. This is training PMC workers, mercenary training, it looks like here. I don't know. You guys help me out in the comments and let me know what you think. So that's pretty much going to do it for today. One thing I want to point out here that I missed in the previous is this picture here is it's got the title RTQ. Now what? Russian or real time. So this is real time. So I just want to point that out. And let's see, is there anything else that I missed from the last one? No, I don't think so, and if there was, I'll get into it in the next video. But I want to thank everybody for watching. This, to me, it says it all here. When we are done, he'll claim Kenyan citizenship as a way to escape. That's basically what's going to end up happening for him. At Jack, Linda Rothschild, HRC, everyone. Snowden, they're all heading in the wrong direction. They're all going to be on the wrong side of this when history finally reveals the truth. Now, we're going to go ahead and sign off. I want to say thank you all for watching. If you guys are wanting to support the channel, the best way you can do it is to come here to the landing page, click the red subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That's truly one of the best ways you can help. I'm so thankful for everyone who has subscribed so far. As I say every episode, comment. Let me know what you think, because that's really what the meat and potatoes of this whole channel is. And then if you can't comment, at least read through the comments, because I'm just taking you through this. The comments are going to be where you're going to find all this great in-depth, detailed research from insightful, thoughtful, wonderful people. It's amazing. I've like I say, we have our own Q research board here on each one of the comment threads on each one of these videos. So if you don't do anything else, check that out. And if you're looking for another way to support the channel, you can come right over here to Patreon, and all you got to do is go to Patreon, patreon.com, come here to the search bar, type in Just Informed Talk. You can come here and you'll come to my landing page. You can click the red button to become a patron. If you want to check it out, you can check out my rewards and check out my goal. You guys, if you want to, you can earn an email correspondence with me direct, and you can also earn a chance to become a featured Patreon patron of one of the episodes. So I just want to say thank you in advance to everybody who comes and checks this out and can support us. And if you can't, a prayer is way more powerful than anything. And prayers and thoughts and comments and hitting the subscribe button, that's all free, and that's all something I really encourage you all to do. But I'm going to take a second here, as I do at the end of every episode, and I'm going to talk a little bit about God and Jesus, and how bringing God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit into your life is one of the most important things that you'll ever do. Why do I say that? Well, in such troubling times, when we have so much strife and so much conflict and so much uncertainty in this world, and we rely on these Q posts to keep us informed about what's going on, and we have to trust and have faith in Q and Trump and everyone else. The most important person to put your faith in is Jesus and the Lord. And I always say God. People always want to give me a hard time about not mentioning Jesus, but I always consider them one, the Holy Trinity. And in that sense, if you just open your heart and say a prayer and let God's light enter your soul, you will become a beacon of truth, and you will become a beacon of goodness. And God will fill you with that amazing power to uplift His name and to put Him on high always. And that will show to all your friends and family. And for all of you who are struggling out there, who are having a tough go of it, if your family, friends giving you a hard time for believing in this stuff, or whatever it may be, or you're having trouble at home, or you're having trouble at work, rely on the Lord, because there's a community of people out there. Just go into the comment board and see. There's a community of us out there who love and support each other, and we truly want the best for one another. I see it all the time in the comments, all of the many blessings and wonderful thoughts and prayers I get, and that they share with one another. It's just a really amazing thing, and I encourage you all to spread the word of the Lord as much and as far as you can, along with these Q posts, because the truth is really what matters here, and that is where I'm going to leave it. So I want to thank every single one of you for watching. Again, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, become a part of this channel, and you will help. It's like giving me a buck just hitting that button, and I really appreciate it. I need all the help I can get, but I'm going to leave it right there. So thanks for watching. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. God bless and Godspeed, Patriots.